You're out with your learner driver. Something happens on the road. Your learner has a bit of a wobbly moment and you ask them about it. Get them to give you some feedback. Nothing. You try a different question. Nothing. You try a different angle, a different approach. And you're doing everything you can to help them see the it of what's going on. And eventually, you just tell them. And they say, oh, okay, I've got it. But you kind of know they haven't. Not really. Because understanding something and actually learning it, they're not the same thing. The problem is not your learner, and it certainly isn't you either. It's that we're all taught a system where the instructor does all the effort, all the thinking, all the talking, and the learner just waits to be told. And that's not learning. That's just downloading. And it doesn't stick. Real learning happens when they find the answer for themselves, when they own it. I run 2 workshops that changed this completely. And they work even better together. The first is scaling. It's a 5-step framework that gets your learners talking. It gets them self-reflecting and finding their own solutions. When you use the process, there's no conflict, no resistance, no one-way information dump. The second one is mind mapping. Think about what your learner is actually dealing with in the car. They're anticipating the road ahead so that they can act in time. They're managing the physical sensations of controlling the vehicle. They're reading other road users, predicting what they might do, reacting to what they actually do. They're processing signs, road markings, hazards, pedestrians, all at the same time. And they're doing all of that while trying to add in their own emotional response and sometimes listen to what we're talking about as well. So it's constant. There's no time for them to reflect, learn, nor integrate. It's not just a lot, it's kind of overload. And overload is why things don't stick so well. Mind mapping gives your learner a mental sat-nav. It takes all of that's going on inside their head and turns it out, gets it out on paper to something they can actually see, make sense of, and then work with. An anxious learner, it slows them down. It gives them clarity. Overconfident ones, it shows them exactly where the gaps are without having to point a finger and get that conflict going. And what happens when you combine scaling and mind mapping? I call it mind scaling. It's my technique. And in my opinion, a brilliant alternative to the mock test, because the mock test is instructor led. It's usually used as a kind of way of proving what went wrong or that someone's not quite ready. Mind scaling is the opposite. It's evidence. It's evidence led and it's positive. The learner drives the conversation and the content of it. They map out where they are. They evaluate themselves and they decide what's next. You're still the expert. You have to be. These techniques don't work if you're not the brilliant I'll try again. If you're not a brilliant driver trainer, these techniques won't work. Each workshop, 2 hours, 9 people maximum, and it's live on Zoom. 2 frameworks you can use the next day. And it gives you a completely different way of working with your learners. Come and join me.